going on, Jerome's? So we know in all likelihood JJ McCarthy is going to be the quarterback of the Vikings in 2025. Sam Darnold, it was real. It was fun. It was real fun. Go get paid somewhere else. Now, ideally, Daniel Jones will be back as JJ McCarthy's backup. And in this league, you do need two quarterbacks, right? Because you can't have your season just turn on a dime based on, one play. One unfortunate play. It happens. So you need a competent backup quarterback, ideally a veteran, someone who can hold down the ship, operate the offense. And Daniel Jones still has a ton of talent, and I think that it certainly could be brought out with a full season of coaching with Kevin O'Connell and company in this offense, right? And Kevin O'Connell, the quarterback whisperer, did some great things with Sam Darnold. Every day, I'm gonna make you a little less gross. And Kevin O'Connell is certainly approaching quarterback whisperer status. Won a Super Bowl with Stafford. Got the best out of Kirk Cousins. Had that weird year with the Passionate and Jaron Hall and Nick Mullins and all that stuff. And also got the absolute best out of Sam Darnold. And obviously he can do that with JJ McCarthy. But what about the backup? Right. So there's going to be several options out there. I think that the Vikings could and should partake of a quarterback in the draft later on. I'm a big draft a quarterback every year, at minimum every other year. But maybe not, given the fact that the Vikings don't have a ton of draft picks. Maybe it's more of a UDFA situation. But here's how you always want to stack things for a quarterback. You want either you have a veteran starter and a young backup, or a young starter, veteran backup, and then the third quarterback, no matter what, some developmental guy, right, that you're throwing a dart, right? And the Vikings do have Brett Rippon-ass on a futures deal, but what are they going to do? All right, so what are they going to do with the backup quarterback spot? Like I said, I would love Daniel Jones back. He's likely going to get a decent chunk of money somewhere, because I think some teams see him as a Justin Fields type. Maybe he can start for us. Maybe we can save him. Mama, I can save him. That whole thing. So, we said that the fact that the Jones already chose the Vikings once, maybe that lends itself to him running it back this season, where it's like, okay, full career rehab. I'm going to be 28 next off season. I'm going to get paid either way, and getting some really damn good coaching and being a part of a winning organization. Maybe that'd be good for me. Sure. Number 2, Zach Wilson. So I don't know what it is. Like, first off, Zach Wilson came, hide all the Cougars from Wayzata, right? But Wilson does have that arm talent, and I just feel like Kevin O'Connell be like, hey, I've fixed Jets bust quarterbacks before. With my next trick, let me show you Zach Wilson. Backing up JJ McCarthy. They got Mullins. So Mullins, he's going to throw 4 touchdowns, don't know to which team. And we have him high on the list because even though it's not the sexy move, it's not the move that we would make, it's not like the most fun, but I do think that the Vikings trust Nick Mullins the most, because he's the longest tenured player, longest tenured quarterback under the Kevin O'Connell regime after they traded for him before the start of the 2022 season. And I think that there is a degree of trust there. Plus, he's going to be cheap. So that makes sense. Carson Wentz, former NDSU Bison, who's now turned into basically just a professional caddy. Backing up Mahomes over the last couple years. He could be a veteran option there. Josh Dobbs, he's coming home to the place where he belongs. Now, Josh Dobbs did have a couple fun moments in 2023, fully in on the Passionate thing, but I don't know, like, he's a player that actually, maybe he's better off if he doesn't know the offense. It seemed like he did we didn't know the offense and didn't know his teammates' names, which is good. But given his mobility, I think that he does profile it similarly to JJ McCarthy, so you can run a similar offense with him, which is important for your multiple quarterbacks. So I think Dobbs, obviously cerebral, high football IQ guy, would be great in the quarterback room. So maybe they got Trey Lance. No pants for Trey Lance. The pride of NDSU Bison, basically played 1 year and change. Just hasn't worked out in the NFL. The 49ers don't get enough shade for the absolute bust that Trey Lance was, because they traded up heaven and earth to go get him at 3, and they parted ways quick. And having Brock Purdy certainly covers up some of that stank, but and Trey Lance Trey Lance needs reps. Trey Lance needs time. Trey Lance needs everything. He has decent mobility, has that good arm, has that quick release, has all that stuff. Now, is that something that Kevin O'Connell could work on and fix? Yes, I think it certainly could be. The pride of Marshall, Minnesota could finally come back on. Jabroni Brisket, a veteran stopgap. You could also throw Mariota in that mix as well, except I think that he joins Chip Kelly with the Raiders finally. Taylor Heineke as well. Again, another guy coming home, as well as Jameis. So I think Jameis is going to go somewhere where he could potentially be a bridge quarterback, and taking care of the football is priority one for Kevin O'Connell, as he said. So I don't know why they would be in on Jameis. Also, if taking care of the football is priority one, I don't know why they're in on Nick Mullins either over these last couple years. Who knows? Then you do have Drew Lock, who last year was a backup with the Giants, although he couldn't beat out the Italian, which we could put the Italian in there at 11 too. Tommy DeVito. Why the hell not? But either way, there's going to be options. Plus, backup quarterback money. You're going to spend a couple of shekels, which is fine. But also, I think that the Vikings spot is appealing because of everything that Kevin O'Connell has done. Plus, JJ McCarthy's unproven. He hasn't played down in the NFL. He is going to be the guy. But if he's not up to snuff, or God forbid something happens, a quarterback could see all the weapons here in Minnesota. The good coach from Kevin O'Connell is like, hey, I have a chance to drive a freaking Ferrari, man. So I think that certainly could be appealing as well. But our options, I would love Daniel Jones back. I think that he makes the most sense to back up JJ McCarthy, given his a head start last year with the coaching staff, those 2 months at the end of the season. But I don't know. There's obviously some interesting other names out there. I think Zach Wilson would be kind of fun. We could finally fix Trey Lance, etc. But your thoughts are thoughts. Backup quarterback options for the Vikings in 2025. Let us know your thoughts. Our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol production value.